Hello there and welcome to the weekly outlook. Just going through the calendar and having a look at next week's events, and we've got a couple of major sort of things going on there, one of which is CPI on the pound. Although it's a major event, it's expected to come in at 0.0, which is no change. And now the pound is starting to show some technical signs of rallying against some of the cross currencies. The main one that's in focus for me is the pound Japanese yen. Now, if we have a look at this on a bigger time frame, you can see that we've been having quite a large push down on this going back from the start of August, and it's just started to show the signs here with this higher low, and starting to show a bit of a rally up. Now the data on the pound hasn't been fantastic, but saying that, the Japanese yen as well is also coming to a point where at some point in October they're probably going to turn around and announce that they're going to add further QE to their QQE stimulus program. So pound being quite low down on the pound yen at the moment where it has got the potential to rally back up to that 194 area. So opportunities to get into this are really sort of where it stands, and anywhere between now and 182 is an opportunity to rebuy. So I'm going to be looking at that very, very closely next week and see if I can get into the rally on that. Now the other one that's paying of interest is the euro's had quite a good rally of late, and we have got CPI out on the US dollar on Thursday, CPI month on month. That's expected to come in slightly worse month on month than it did previously, but the core CPI year on year, month on month, is expected to stay the same. Now, with all things that are going on at the moment, and with the Fed pushing back the rate hike, things are starting to turn a little bit, and making the US dollar look slightly weaker. However, many analysts are saying that this is just a blip, and we should still see another rally on the US dollar. So one of the currency pairs I'm turning to is the euro US dollar, which has had a breakout of this channel pattern here at the moment. Now it hasn't quite reached this 11450 area yet, and I think it's looking at a bit of a pullback on its breakout from the channel. So from the top of the channel line around about 11340 could potentially be an opportunity to buy it back up to that 11460 area. It's not a huge move, but then if we have a stop loss just below where currently where this R1 is, which is also a previous point in resistance, you could get away with sort of a 30-40 pip stop and probably trade that back up to that 11450 and then look to resell it again. Okay, so the euro US dollar is in focus with that CPI reading coming out of the US. We've also got CPI due out on the New Zealand dollar. Now the New Zealand dollar has had quite a decent rally of late due to recovering milk auction prices and commodities as well. So, but it is hitting a bit of a snag around about this 6-7 area. Now if the CPI comes in worse than expected, as it is expected to do so at 0.2, then we could see this return back to this 6.5 area. However, if it does beat expectations, then we could see a new high and a rally and a push back up to 6.8, even possibly back up to the 7,000. So that's going to be an interesting one as well when that comes out on Thursday next week. Apart from that, there's not a great deal that I'm really interested in trading on those currency pairs related to the data that's due out in the weekly outlook. I will be looking at what BOC Governor Polos speaks about on the Canadian dollar. He's speaking on Saturday and on Saturday and on Monday as well. So I'll be interested to see what he has to say for himself regarding the Canadian dollar. They did have a poor unemployment figure come out on Friday, so I did have focus on the pound Canadian for a sell. For those of you that are in the live room, you would have seen my analysis on there. Played out quite nicely with the pull back up to the breakout of the head and shoulders on the daily chart, and then a sell-off down to this point at the moment. Even after that unemployment figure came in, it still continued to sell off, and I've got a target of this down to the 1904. So it's really going to depend on what he has to say on Saturday to whether I continue with that trade or not, but we'll see how things go. Apart from that, so we're looking at the euro US dollar, we're looking at the pound yen, and possibly the New Zealand dollar US dollar, and obviously the continuation of the downside to the pound CAD, depending on how Pollers speaks on Saturday and Monday. Okay, I hope that helps, and I hope you can make some pips next week. Thanks for watching.